Oh, the morning after. A girl always remembers her first drunken Twitter frenzy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I tweeted like a big girl all night. All right, it is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number, toll free from anywhere. You know what? Everyone needs a muse, Jim. And Clive and Bundy.
Oh, Lord.
Inspired me. Well, what are the chances? Julian Seattle sent me a great picture of a white dog and a black dog holding each other, and I tweeted that picture, and I said, more evidence that dogs are better than people and see no racism.
Yep.
And then I put hashtag Clive and Bundy is a racist douche. Thank you. Mom's a big girl.
Excuse me.
You're still giving me a tutorial this morning. I'm not sure which is the quote tweet, which is the retweet. I'm not really certain.
Well, there's reply and there's retweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I just got that tutorial this morning.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it sticks. Because the picture thing kind of stuck with you, but not really.
Yeah, the drop and drag and the whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, everybody. I'm a big Twitter girl. So, yeah, because it's not often a story like this comes along.
Well, did you see that Clive and Bundy went on after he talked about the Negroes?
Yes.
He talked about the Mexicans?
I mean, seriously, I said to John Fugelsang, who joins us today,
Yep.
God is obviously a sexy liberal, because I'm just saying, the big sexy liberal show tomorrow night, and this comedy gift from the gods? I love his first correction. It's like, yes, that's exactly what I said. And then he just rephrased it.
That's not what I said at all.
He just rephrased it.
No, he never said that. He owned it. He owned it. I got to give it to him. He owned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he tried it. He tried it on Alex Jones, because I saw that. Because where do you go for credibility would be the Alex Jones radio program.
Of course.
But he said, I never said that, but the better off being slaves. It's like, oh, there's video. There's video. Oh.
That's my twin brother. He's always getting me in trouble.
But Alex Jones went on the record saying, no.
That's Vivin Lundy.
So that you never said that. Oh, that New York Times. Those crazy liberals.
No, we have his original comment. Did you see there was video of it, of the original
comment?
That's
what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, there's sadly.
Yes, it's on tape.
Yes.
They abort their young children.
Right.
They put their young men in jail because they never learned how to pick cotton.
What?
Oh. And I've often wondered, are they better off as slaves picking cotton, having family life and doing things, or are they better off under government subsidy?
I don't think
they boarded their young children when they were 3?
I don't think he's ever seen 12 Years a Slave. I don't think he knows what went on.
Or before the movie actually read a history book.
Or Amistad. Yeah.
It existed not just in movies.
Right.
We picked up,
Well, they got that free boat ride there. You saw right there on that
here was his
Amistad.
first. I just have to read it word for word, his first, because he thought this would make it better.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
That's right.
I said, I'm wondering if they're better off under government subsidy and their young women are having the abortions and their young men are in jail and their older women and their children are standing out on the cement porch without nothing to do. I'm wondering, are they happier under this government subsidy system than they were when they were slaves? And they was able to have their family structure together and the chickens and gardens?
Huh?
Hold on now. What? You know what? That must have sadly been left out of 12 Years a Slave, the happy moments with your chickens and your gardens.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of on the cement porch, you could be out there with the chickens in your garden.
Laughing with your chicken and your gardens
while
and your
you're
family.
being whooped.
And the people had something to do, and so in my mind, I'm wondering, are they better off being slaves? In that sense, this is, by the way, his correction of the original.
Yeah.
Right. In that sense, or better off being slaves to the United States government in the sense of subsidies? I'm wondering. That's what. And the statement was right. I am wondering. See, that's like the version of just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I just put it out there.
I'm just wondering.
It's like the Fox News.
Just spitballing.
That's the Fox News some say.
Yeah.
Some say. I have actually heard many a Fox reporter say, I don't know if this is true, but...
Some say.
Yeah. Okay, that's not journalism.
Yeah, that's not news.
Right there.
You have Fox News in your name. That's not news.
We're old enough to remember Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him going,
That's the way it is.
I went to the Walter Cronkite School of Broadcasting and Telecommunication.
I don't know if this is true.
Someone handed me this piece of paper, and I'm reading it now.
But some
and
say...
that's the way it is, I'm told.
Some say there's a war in Vietnam. I mean, I don't. This is just unbelievable. So anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, so that's what he thought was the correction. Yeah. It was the just saying.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, so that is not horribly, viciously racist, because I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems to me they'd be happier out there with their chickens.
Yeah.
And the gardens, don't forget the
gardens.
Yeah, the gardens they tended weren't their own. They were forced to tend other people's gardens.
Right, yes. He must. I'm sure that was just a misreading of history on his part.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, being whipped
His
within
impression
an inch
was
of your life, that's just normal.
that every slave had their own sort of foster farms.
And they sang songs.
And Versailles.
They were happy because they were singing songs.
They had a Versailles-type garden.
Sure.
And a foster
No
farm
cement
chicken.
porch for them.
No. So much happier.
Okay.
Oh, right. Where are we now? We have so much crunchy audio goodness. So this was the original.
This is
played the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a reply to a radio show.
Right. Okay. So I think this is what I was basically just reading. Let's hear it in his words, though.
Okay.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said. I said I'm wondering if they're better off under government subsidy, and their young women are having abortions, and their young men are in jail.
Right.
And their older women and their children are sitting out on a cement porch without nothing to do. I'm wondering, are they happier now under this government subsidy system than they were when they were slaves and they was able to have their family structure together and chickens and a garden?
Chickens in the garden.
Yeah. The people had something
The
to
families
do.
were broken apart.
And so, in my mind, I'm wondering, are they better off being slaves in that sense, or better off being slaves to the United States government in the sense of the subsidy?
Here's an idea.
I'm wondering. That's what the statement was right. I am wondering.
Yeah, I got an idea. Here's an idea, because I'm a big thinker. As you know, I'm a big picture kind of gal.
Yep.
As someone himself who's been living on government subsidy for many, many years, and letting it get his cattle grazed for free, maybe we should enslave him and see if he's happier, because he'd be the perfect person to see, is life better under a government subsidy or
being a slave.
See how he likes tending to his gardens and his chickens.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, let's put him on a boat to Africa to see if things are like over there on a slave ship. See if he likes that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Oh, heavens. We mentioned this yesterday. Your good friend, Dana Loesch.
Oh.
She said, let's see, this was her, I just loved her. Because, is it bad that I can't wait to see this is my favorite part of the story, is I'm like, oh, is it bad that Sean Hannity's having a really bad day? Because
it was funny watching everybody on Fox News just kind of tiptoe slowly backwards away from Clive and Bundy.
I just want to be a fly on the wall when he gets that call. Okay, did you hear what you...
Oh, he talked about it last night. We have that audio.
Oh, yeah, he's pissed. He's really mad. Who could have seen this coming? Oh, here, I moved this over here. Is it bad that that's what I was thinking yesterday? I was like, Hannity's going to have a really bad day. All right. Okay, so Dana Loesch, let me get to that.
Okay.
She said, I hope no one's surprised that an old man rancher isn't media trained to express himself perfectly. See, it's a poor old rancher man.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have media
Has no media training.
Right.
So she's saying it's okay if you have those views.
Right, noting that...
Just choose the right words to say them.
He just misspoke slightly.
Gotcha.
I'm just wondering.
Because he was
if
just
they's happier on the cement porch.
Okay. She said, noting it's justified to have a healthy suspicion of the New York Times for raising the issue, for tricking the poor old man rancher. But with no media training.
Does Dana know that there's video of him saying this, that it's not just the New York Times reporting it?
Media training, he would be invisible.
I think this was before the other unfortunate...
Gotcha. Okay.
See, he just went and made himself invisible with media training, so no one gets, that wasn't me.
Right.
Slade's another feller.
Loesch said that Bundy's comments might have been aimed at... She's trying to this is what he meant to say. This is my dad's job.
Yes, what Barry meant to say.
What Barry meant to say. Bundy's comment might have been aimed at decrying what big government has done to the black family. Oh, I'm sure that's it. Right. I'm sure he is concerned with the plight of the black family.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And what big government has done
hopefully
to them.
offered to re-enslave them so that they might be happier.
More authentic existence, you see.
As opposed to necessarily being racist remarks. Yeah, who would read those as racist anyway? This is my favorite. If Bundy is a racist, that's awful. Yes.
Okay. Some people say.
But what exactly does that have to do with the Bureau of Land Management? I've been saying for weeks this isn't about one rancher, it's about government overreach. Oh, I see. She concluded by suggesting liberals are trying to distract from government overreach by focusing the story exclusively on
How is it government overreach
To have federal land.
Right.
that you have to pay your
You have to pay taxes.
that you have to pay grazing fees for, which Ronald Reagan, their hero, put into effect.
Well, there I go again.
Right. I can see your itchy trigger finger. Do you want to play one more thing before the break? I think that you do.
I think I do.
Okay.
I'm wondering, are they better off with their young women aborting their children? Are they better off with their young men in prison? And are they better off with the older people on the sidewalks in front of their government-issued homes with a few children on them? Are they better off? Are they happier than they was when they was in the South?
When they was out there with the chickens getting whooped.
So cement's really
That
the
must have
issue.
happened.
Cement is really the
They didn't have no cement there.
He's hung up on cement.
Right. Well, cement is really the biggest.
It's that
threat to the
cement
black
porch
family.
that's ruining everything. That's why I'm going to put a big, large fence around the cement porch.
The cement porch and the sidewalk. The cement is actually the man that is keeping the black man down.
Yeah.
See,
Actually keeping
like
him
the
up,
George Zimmerman.
keeping him from falling.
George Zimmerman thing, the sidewalk was a weapon.
That's right.
There we go again.
Full circle.
It all
There it is.
magically
The right wing and sidewalks.
Cement.
It's the cement what done it. He was hit with cement on the head.
See, I am not a racist jerk that just shot an unarmed black teenager to
It's
death.
that damn cement. You know, put a big,
tried to
large
kill me
fence
with-
around all the cement.
Wow. Okay.
I think we've had a breakthrough.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Okay. I am only
Now I
getting...
understand.
I am just getting warmed up. Okay. 18 minutes after the hour. This hour of the Stephanie Miller Show brought to you by No Hair. And not No hair removal. No Pro, my friends.
Aha.
Do you see celebrities? They look just like perfect. You see them on the TV with their, they have perfect hair-free skin. I want to know how they do it. Well, I found out they use No Pro. Celebs and models have been tossing razors and expensive salon treatments and switching to No Pro for weeks of long-lasting results. I don't want to deal with the paparazzi when I go to my expensive salon treatment. I'm sick of getting pestered because, you know what, I'm not just like you. I am a big celebrity, so I like to stay home and use my No Pro.
You're not a big celebrity, but you're very hairy.
Exactly, either one.
Yeah.
Either you're hairy or you're a celebrity. You need No Pro.
It's because you sit on your cement porch.
That's right.
That's what done it.
It's literally the best way to remove unwanted hair with no pain. Legs, arms, bikini-line face. Guys, you can do your chest and back. You are going to love the professional results you get from home. Ditch those razors and salon treatments. Switch to No Pro. No Pro comes with a 100% 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, when you purchase, No is giving you a $50 gift card to a dermatologist-recommended and award-winning skincare line, plus a free travel case. You have to go to NoNoStephanie.com to get these free gifts. That's NoNoStephanie.com, NoNoStephanie.com. 19 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show.
Would rather be on the Seymour Pinch?
Yeah. Might have been a
Seymour Pinch?
Seymour Pinch, yes.
Might have been a TV blackout in the Sean Hannity home yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, what the? He's going on another show. Wow, I think Cliven Bundy has clarified himself enough at this point. You think,
Yeah.
How many shows did he go on yesterday?
He went on a lot.
Several radio shows to clarify his original comments.
Right.
I'm
To
just
just
wondering.
expand
Right.
and expound.
I'm just wondering if there's any more stupid stuff I can say on the TV.
But did you see that Joe Trippi was on Gretchen
Why, I'd
Carlson?
be delighted to. Who's calling?
You see that Joe Trippi was on Gretchen Carlson's show on Fox News earlier
Yes.
yesterday?
She said-
and it's like, I don't want to talk about
This is
it.
a good bit of
Yeah, we have the audio.
It was so Bruce Almighty. It was
hilarious.
just like. Okay.
The federal government cannot approve a route that the state of Nebraska hasn't approved. And the same people, by the way, who argue about Bundy Ranch, that the feds are coming in.
All right, let's not bring that into this discussion. I don't want to bring that into this discussion. All right.
Ha la 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 la.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
La 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 la. Can I hear you? La 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 la.
9 hours. Fox News went 9 hours without mentioning him
Yeah.
until Joe Tribby tried to pick it up.
And they pretty much scrubbed FoxNews.com of all the stories about Bundy, except for a teeny tiny little story about his racist comments below the fold. They can't run away from this guy fast enough.
Austin Powers. Zipit.com. Okay, bag of shush. Bag of shush. Okay. All right. Not only is God obviously a sexy liberal, he has given us this. Thank you, God. Right before Chicago Sexy Liberal this weekend. Jim, the news gets better and better for you.
Better and better.
Kate and Audra. Subject, her pants. Steph, in order to avoid losing my pants this weekend, I'm just not going to wear any pants, so there.
Okay.
Can't wait to see you and party in Chicago this weekend. It's okay. Jim will try to soldier on in the big party. All right. Brian and Charlotte, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What occurs to me is that the conservative movement, or the right wing in general, they want to mainstream their extremist ideas so bad that when they come up with when these seemingly sympathetic characters crop up in the news, they glom onto it to try to validate their worldview and to try to mainstream it. They did the same thing with George Zimmerman. We don't want the government to take our guns. Look at this guy as an example.
That's why we tweeted this out. It says, "Dear Tea Party, Dear Tea Party, choose better heroes." And there's a picture of Clive Bundy and the Duck Dynasty guy and George Zimmerman and Ted Nugent.
And the Republicans they should know better. They keep stepping on this rake. It's amazing to me that we got a political party that is rudderless. They don't have a leader. They don't have a clear direction, and they keep getting behind these characters who would have been resigned to the fringes 40 years ago, 40, 50 years ago.
It is amazing that even Sean Hannity's big Fred Flintstone head can withstand so many rakes to the head.
well,
thwack.
Have a good morning.
All right, you too. I mean, really, George Zimmerman, when will you learn? Noted stepper on of rakes, Sean Hannity. Steph in Illinois, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Heard from you for a while. I was on a truck with my husband riding the country, seeing how crazy people actually are.
Oh, yeah.
Face. But my question is, when people are crying about all these people, especially these black folks, are sitting on welfare on our front porches,
right?
Do they realize that Clinton reformed welfare back in the 80s, and you cannot be on welfare for 5 years, and people have not been on welfare getting cash and living on subsidies for many, many years now?
That's a really good point.
Unless, of course, you've been able to get away with it for 20 years, like Clive and Bundy.
If you sit on cement porches, then...
Right, that's the only thing that's missing. It's the cement.
Well, see, that's what happened to George Zimmerman. He got hit in the head with a cement porch.
My porch is made of wood like an American. I ain't no moocher.
I got a feeling it's made of dirt. If he's out in the middle of the desert, it's made of dirt.
29 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show.
Others claim to have the answer, but what good is that when it's not supported by facts and goes against all research? On WCPT, our hosts not only have the answers, they've got the right answers. Right now you're listening to Stephanie Miller, followed by the big redhead himself, Ed Schultz, on WCPT.
Stephanie Miller.
I am, how do you say, tipsy?
Really?
What?
I don't know if I offended anybody with my comment that God is obviously a sexy liberal, but really, I'm afraid that you're just feeding me things from the Onion just to make me happy.
No, that's from the Kansas City Star.
No, Wichita Eagle.
Right, but the reporter is from the Kansas City Star.
Hey, Jim. Different racist. Just let's take our eye off the Clive and Bundy ball for 1 second. The Jewish Center murder suspect, F. Glenn Miller, was once caught with a black male prostitute.
Wow.
Huh. I mean, really? Just for our free speech TV.
Yeah.
Not the Onion. You are correct. It is not the Onion.
Nope.
The white supremacist accused of shooting to death 3 people outside Jewish centers in Overland Park was caught in the mid-1980s in a car with a black male prostitute dressed as a woman. Oh, this happened to everyone in the 80s. Ask Eddie Murphy.
That was the 90s that happened.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember because we did all kinds of comedy.
Break down, shake down, you're busted. Yep. Police in Raleigh, North Carolina, filled out an incident report after finding F. Glenn Miller Jr. in the car. Said Douglas McCullough, who in 1987 prosecuted Miller on charges of possessing hand grenades and mailing a threatening communication. It was a male prostitute in the vehicle, and it was a Raleigh Police Department incident report, said McCullough, now a judge in North Carolina. He told the Star that the details in the report were salacious and that the male prostitute was known to police. Oh, golly.
Wow.
Golly.
That's just weird.
It's just, I'm trying to get my mind around all of it. Let's see. All right. Oh, and then, so Cliven Bundy, he not only went on, several radio shows, he went on CNN.
Yeah, he went on
to further clarify.
With Bill Weir.
Right. To further clarify his comments about blacks being happier as slaves and
whatever.
Right. Okay.
But where the irony really gets thick is that you are writing off a whole class of people, African Americans, as sort of dangerously dependent because they get government assistance. At the same time, you're grazing your cows on public land for free. So how are you not sort of a welfare queen in a cowboy hat?
Well, I might be a welfare queen, but I'll tell you, I'm producing something for America and using a resource that nobody else can use, would use or could use, and I'm putting red meat on your table, and maybe I'm not doing enough, but I'm trying.
Hey, I love a burger. I love a good filet, but there are 16,000 other ranchers in Nevada who pay grazing fees.
Yes.
Aren't you mooching off of them?
Well, I'll tell you, there's 16,000 people not very happy, and there's 16,000 people have signed contracts with the United States government. They should be thinking about sovereignty of the state of Nevada and signing contracts with their county government, not the United States.
Right.
I can tell them that much.
But it's federal land.
I think it's time for to go to the ranchers of Nevada to go to war with the United States government.
Yes.
I think that's a Jim Dandy idea.
That worked out so well in the 1860s. Good luck with that.
By the way,
and Lincoln didn't have drones.
I love this. I have like a whole bunch of talking points that we've heard repeatedly on Fox News and other places that are just completely incorrect. That was. Did you hear that? Well, they weren't using it anyway. It's like, okay, I have that tree and I have a lot of avocados.
Right.
That'd be like there's a bunch of people in my yard. Come on, you ain't using the avocado. I'd be like,
you ain't making guacamole with them.
You should have made guacamole on the cement porch.
You get to my property and take it.
And you got a cement porch by the cement pond.
The avocados are just coming down and hitting the cement.
Splatting on the cement when you could be making guacamole.
I turn into Cliven Bundy. Get off my lawn! Get off my land!
You ain't doing nothing with them. Might as well take them myself and make guacamole.
You're just a little gal. You can't be eating any guacamole. What are you going to do with them?
Well, you can give to the Mexicans. What are they going to do with guacamole on the cement porch?
Well, Cliven Bundy is the blacks really only yearn to be free of cement. That's really
that's it.
That's really what has been oppressing them all these years.
Wow.
All right. Oh, and then this was a thing of beauty as well. Bill Weir on CNN. And,
how does it feel to be abandoned by your friends on Fox? I mean, the only reason we could get you on tonight is that I'm guessing they didn't call.
I don't think I've been abandoned. I think maybe they misunderstood me a little bit. But I think Fox and I think Hannity and I are just right on. And I had to have no that he would be supporting me if he understood my really what's in my heart.
And then Hannity.
I think they just misunderstood me. Oh, no, they understand.
No, even Hannity said this.
All right, allow me to make myself abundantly clear.
Okay.
I believe those comments are downright racist, they are repugnant, they are bigoted, and it's beyond disturbing.
Right.
I find those comments to be deplorable, and I think it's extremely unfortunate that Cliven Bundy holds those views. Now, while I supported the Bundy Ranch as they took a stand against the Bureau of Land Management, I was absolutely dismayed and frankly disappointed after reading the article and then hearing the commentary.
Disappointed.
Disappointed!
Cliven.
But if Hannity knew it was in my heart.
I think he knows what's in my heart.
Oh, I think that's even more racist and horrible. What's actually. Can you imagine the stuff he says behind closed doors?
Right.
That's the stuff
Right on. Isn't that?
He just needs media training.
That's it.
Isn't that what the Negro says?
Leave the poor old rancher alone. Lisa in Wisconsin, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. You know, what's really the scariest part in all of this is that they actually believe it.
Yep.
My kids did a short stint, unfortunately, in a Christian school, and this is actually in their textbooks, this type of thing. And when I read it, as I was going over this lesson with my son, I was stunned and appalled, and I marched right into the school the next day, and the teacher was like, well, I don't think it actually says that. I'm not sure. I don't read every line. And I'm like, well, you need to take a look at this, because it says that the slaves were happy. There was sunshine, and they were frolicking in the fields. This is what you're teaching our kids about slavery.
Yeah, Phil, the Duck Dynasty guy said because they were singing, they were obviously happy.
But that's what they're being taught, and that's the scariest part of all, is that they are so indoctrinated in this BS that it is exactly what they believe. Gladly, thankfully, we were kicked out of that school because Mom was a bit too much of a rebel-rouser for them. But, you know, it's stunning that the scariest part of all is we can make fun of it, but they truly, truly believe it.
Yep, exactly. You know what? I think nothing ever good comes when the first line is, let me tell you what I know about the Negro. I think, you know, right there is where you need to go, it's like a telemarketer. Oh, yeah, no, thanks. Click.
Yeah. I remember my fourth grade teacher saying that racism was over because she read Uncle Tom's Cabin. And this was like around the time of between the Watts riots and Martin Luther King being assassinated. So it's like, not.
Oh, she was wrong. John Roberts says it's now that it's clearly, based on these latest examples, of course, racism is completely gone in America. Buddy in Columbus, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Buddy.
Hey, Mama. I just saw him a few minutes ago on CNN. He's nuttier than a squirrel turd.
Yes. By the way, speaking of which, can I just thank you for today's picture of Donald Trump in the wind? And you put a little surfer in his hair and put surfs up and sent this to me. We should post this on our Facebook page. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just pulled that from the interweb.
Yeah.
He went on CNN, and the guy's trying to warn him. He goes, now listen, words have consequences. You know, you could be offensive to a lot of people. He said, and he goes, well, I'm here fighting for their rights and the Asians, too.
No. I think he said Orientals.
And then he goes on, something about Nevada's sovereignty, liberty, something. I mean, it was he was digging his hole deeper.
Yeah.
And one more thing is last night I made a point to watch Sean Hannity.
Oh.
He had a black man on with him.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
I'm sure many of his best friends are. Yeah. Okay. All right, honey. Appreciate that. Let's go to Mike in West Virginia. You're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Mooks.
Hi.
We're not going to hear an apology at all from Sean Hannity or Fox News for nationalizing this guy.
Right.
And the thing is in the earlier interviews, people should recognize he kept saying sovereign. You know who else considered himself a sovereign citizen? Timothy McVeigh.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so frustrating. I mean, right now, I'm sure he's setting up a pre-interview with Louis Gohmert so Louis Gohmert can come on and say that Cliven Bundy was just a distraction plant from the Obama administration to distract from Obamacare.
Right.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, I've got this is great. Somebody put together 22 right-wing delusions about the Cliven Bundy. This is before all the racial comments. It is all based on fallacies. It's starting with BLM's actions lack proportionality, is what Sean Hannity said. The Bureau of Land Management simply arrived to take cattle per a court order. They didn't show up with guns drawn, and they never entered Bundy's property. They did, however, carry arms for a good reason. They had received intelligence that Bundy and his crew might cause trouble. The BLM pointed guns at children. these are just all various Republicans and Fox News guests. There's been no evidence offered that the BLM, quote-unquote, pointed guns at children. Bundy's teenage son attempted to assault officers and kicked a police dog and resisted arrest, so they used a taser on him.
Right.
It's like, which would happen to any of us if you
kicked a police dog.
Go try it. Go point your gun at a policeman and kick his dog and see what happens. You know, it's like, oy.
He's lucky you only got tased.
Right. Someone else on Fox said the feds are going to cause another Waco. The feds obviously tried to avoid another Waco. And by the way, the U.S. government did not cause Waco, but rather botched the response.
Right.
You know, anyway, on and on and on. All right, one more. Let's do Jennifer in Fort Worth. You're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Jen.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to point out probably the obvious, but when two black people, Negroes, are sitting on a porch, they are on subsidies. If two Hispanics or Mexicans are sitting on the porch, they are lazy. But if two white folks are sitting on the porch, well, that's just Americana.
That's a little slice of Americana. Trademark Merca. All right. 45 minutes after the hour. Kids, and I got it. Fun sealing Asheville with Wendy Davis yesterday. She's such a name drop.
Cool.
She better call and tell us that story.
Yeah.
She was in Texas. All right, 52 minutes after the hour, 1-800-STEP-12. Oh, just reading down some of the fun facts.
Yeah.
Just pausing for a moment on the Cliven Bundy comments. He had it was a little media, for someone with no media training, that was quite the media tour yesterday.
It really was.
To expand and expound on his thoughts on the Negro.
He was everywhere except for Fox News.
Huh.
How odd.
Funny that. Back to the Jewish Center murder suspect, F. Glenn Miller, was once caught with a black male prostitute.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. I was just resting my head gently on the microphone just to sort of... Okay.
It's a good day for progressives, isn't it?
All right. Yes, it's... Wow, is it a good day to be us. The prosecutor in that, the aforementioned black prostitute incident said, that's the only incident I was aware of, this one-time incident. Well, see, you get caught with a black prostitute once when you happen to be a white supremacist, anti-Semitic head, and now, see, I'm sure he won't be happy that all this is being dredged back up again now, you think? The federal case against Miller began when he and two comrades were arrested in a trailer in Ozark, Missouri.
Oh.
After mailing a declaration of war, the document, among other things, established a point system for the assassination of federal officials, blacks, Jews, gays, and others.
Of course.
In the trailer, authorities found a large cache of weapons and explosives. Miller cut a deal with prosecutors, ratting out the other white supremacist holes. Isn't that nice? Now he's a bad guy.
So he pissed off his comrades, too.
There's no honor among comrades.
Right, they think he's a douche, too. Agreeing to cooperate fully with a federal investigation into the existence of a seditious conspiracy of white supremacists plotting to overthrow the government. In return, prosecutors recommended the court sentence Miller to 5 years in prison. He was released in 1990 after serving less than 3 years. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, where are we here? Let's see. Brian in Michigan, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Brian.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Being a truck driver, I'm very familiar with that sound I'm hearing over the airwaves, that beeping sound, like backing up. I feel like Fox is backing up the truck there.
Yeah.
To unload some baggage? He's giggling. Yeah. He's a giggly trucker.
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce in Asheville. Bruce in Asheville. There you are. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Big fan.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say, want to be the official locksmith of the Stephanie Miller Show.
Ooh.
I could use one of those.
Especially if Travis locks us in the studio again.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fly out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, a shout out to 880 Revolution.
Yeah, woohoo! You say you want a revolution? Okay.
Yeah, it's an ugly thing.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say I'm from Atlanta, from the South, from Georgia. Now I live in Asheville. Thank you. Just want to let everybody know we're not all like that. We're not all racist.
Well, that's why you won't convene in Asheville. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're still surrounded by them, so
yeah.
It's just a little island. Yeah. But I just want to let everybody know my apologies for the South.
Yes.
Oh, you don't have to apologize for the South. I went to high school in the South. So.
Yeah, well, I know, but sometimes it's really frustrating and embarrassing. So.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I have relatives there. All right, would you like some other Fox News worst Clive and Bundy lies? 22 right-wing delusions. We already covered 3. Hannity said, since when does the government send armed officers to collect a debt? Well, usually always, actually, is the answer to that. Many repossession and foreclosure actions involve a sheriff or other armed officials if confiscation of property is an ordinary means by which government resolves a debt. For example, if you accumulate 20 years of unpaid parking tickets, the court will order your car be booted and towed till you pay. And if you point a rifle at a cop or otherwise assault him, you might get shot or tased.
Yeah.
Nobody has seen any. Oh, he said nobody has seen any bill for $1.1 million. It doesn't exist. Bundy said he's never been sent a bill, but he also says he never opens mail from the U.S. government because he does not recognize the U.S. government's existence.
I see. Okay.
So there's that. That's how you might miss the bill.
I didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
A court has ordered him to pay a debt of $1.1 million, accumulated fines and fees for having put greater than his allowed quota of cattle on federally protected tortoise habitat. Steve Stockman said the BLM provoked and escalated this controversy. No. If an armed resistance is put up against an asset seizure by law enforcement officials who are acting under a court order, the provocation is exclusively the work of those who have chosen to threaten the lawmen with violence. All right, that's just a few. We shall continue them all morning. Ron in Chicago, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hello, Ron.
Hey, how you doing, Stephanie?
Hi.
Wanted to talk about the militias dealing with the Clive and Bundy issue, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, I'm a veteran. I've been in Afghanistan, and I've been trained in foreign internal defense as well as counterinsurgency. And some of the things that they've said, especially, and I really focused in on when the militia said, oh, we're going to put the women and children in the front lines to be shot by rogue federal officers. If the Taliban were that stupid, the war in Afghanistan would have been over 8 years ago.
Right.
Right.
And I just think it's funny. And one of the things, too, is that especially with the militias, because I do stay in touch with people who are like that, but I think they kind of wanted to have their Second Amendment revolution, and they wanted to use Clive and Bundy incident as their shot heard around the world, You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, literally and figuratively. Yeah,
I get it.
Exactly. All right, Michael Tomasky of the Daily Beast and Sexy Liberal John Fugelsang all coming up on the big show as we continue on the Stephanie Miller Show.